Welcome everyone on this sunshiny morning. Join us.
I cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that I can do. I cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that I can do. I cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that I can do. I cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that I can do.
Good morning. I'm Bedford and your chairperson for today, and welcome those that are here in person and those who are joining us electronically. I come, as some of you that are here too, coming from the prayer team meeting that just precedes our meeting this morning on the first and third Sundays of the week, or of the month, we have a prayer team meeting. And I say that because several things. One is just a reminder that there is a team of prayers that are available should you have prayer needs after the service or any other time. There is a prayer team. And if you have a prayer need that you would just like to put in the prayer box, that's fine too. And that we'll collect those and pray on those, as well as send them to Silent Unity, which are prayed for another 30 days. So with that in mind, that's your prayer team is an integral part of Unity, as is prayer. Now prayer, I think the most profound prayer that we can say is simply, I am. I am. Because that is the acknowledgement that we are one with God, that God is one with us, that we are an expression of God itself. And in the Old Testament, God is known as Yahweh, which is, I am that I am. There was no name given to God because that was seen as blasphemous. But there is that the awareness that the Yahweh, the I am, that is the way of expressing the mysterious core of creation. And we are that too. However, that's really, at least I respond to I am in a more intellectual sense, that I know that, but I know that kind of up here, if you will. And for it to really drench myself, for really to soak into it in a more full awareness way, we have to feel our way. You know, there are three basic ways we humans live our lives. We live it through knowing something, we live it through feeling something, and we live through acting something. Well, the feeling part of the I am, I think, is a really important aspect as we engage in any prayer. And as Unity is fond of saying, all our thoughts are prayers. Whatever we are thinking, we are praying, because we're holding that in mind. And what we hold in mind becomes what we know. So we just need to be careful not only what we're thinking, but how we're feeling too. We'll be reading in a moment from the word for today, which is joy, but I just want excerpt a few sentences from it because it really accents the feeling nature of what Unity is celebrating here. I let my eyes linger as I watch the setting sun, or close my eyes as I savor the sweetness of fresh fruit. Beneath the night sky, I breathe deeply and partake of the fresh, clean air. Notice how much of a feeling presence there is in those words. The beauty of the world pales in comparison to the beauty within me. I am so deeply and wondrously blessed to know my oneness with God and all that is. There is no greater joy. Again, there's a lot of feeling there, isn't there? So I would like to add to the great I am the idea that, or the thought, the feeling, hopefully, that God is in love with me. I'd like to have you think about that. God is in love with me. It's not just God loves me or I am one with love, but there is something much more personal to really think of God is in love with me. I think of the verse that I knew as a child, and some of you are aware of this. Jesus loves me, this I know because the Bible tells me so. Many of us can remember that. And I think I remember it because there was a feeling attached to it that stayed with me all this time. That's how strong, when we really feel something, that we know something. So to know the I am, that is the deepest prayer that we can utter, we know the I am needs to be associated with or connected to God is in love with me. So I'd like for you to think of that. God is in love with me. So let us pray for a moment. We know, we affirm, we believe that we are one with God, that the I am that is the truth of our being recognizes that the very essence of who we are is God being expressed. And in that I am comes the recognition, the feeling, the joyous celebration that God is in love with me. And so in our deepest truth, we recognize I am and God is in love with me as one and the same. And so it is. Amen. So, let us together state the vision statement. Together. A world powerfully transformed through shared spiritual awakening. And then, together, our mission statement, advancing the movement of spiritual awakening and transformation through unity, a positive path for spiritual living. And together we say our values, abundance, acceptance, community, diversity, integrity, joy, and love. And we celebrate our children with this affirmation together. Unity of Appleton sees the divinity in all children and nurtures their unfolding spirituality. And now we'll read the full part of the daily word for today, which again is joy. I feel joyous as I celebrate life. Each new day is a treasure filled with life's gems, found in even the most ordinary moments. Again, be aware of the feelings that this evokes. So joy fills my heart when I pause to notice the wonder that surrounds me. I let my gaze linger as I watch the setting sun, or close my eyes as I savor the sweetness of fresh fruit. Beneath the night sky, I breathe deeply and partake of the fresh, clean air. The beauty of the world pales in comparison to the beauty within me. I am so deeply and wondrously blessed to know my oneness with God and with all that is. There is no greater joy. I wake and praise each new day and feel newly alive. I go out into the world to share the joy of being a child of God in the abundant universe. I spread light and love to everyone I meet, trusting they will know the joy of God as I do. And from the Psalms, for you, O Lord, have made me glad by your work, all the works of your hands. I sing for joy. And let us read together at the top, joy. I feel joyous as I celebrate life.
Speaking of joyous, it's been a while since we've done this song, but I bet you remember it, so please sing along with us. Sing a song to the Lord, go on and lift your voice. Sing a song to the Lord and make a joyful noise. Sing a song to the Lord, go on and lift your voice. La 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 la, and make a joyful noise. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, and make a joyful noise. Sing a song to the Lord, go on and clap your hands. Sing a song to the Lord, go stomp your feet and dance. Sing a song to the Lord, go on and clap your hands. La 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 la, go stomp your feet and dance. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, go stomp your feet and dance. Clap your hands and stomp your feet. God made the whole world to sing. We fill our hearts with all God's love, so we can lift our voices up. Sing a song to the Lord, don't shake your tambourine. Sing a song to the Lord and let your voices ring. Sing a song to the Lord, don't shake your tambourine. La 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 la, and let your voices ring. Clap your hands and stomp your feet. God made the whole world to sing. We fill our hearts with all God's love, so we can lift our voices up. Sing a song to the Lord, go on and lift your voice. Sing a song to the Lord and make a joyful noise. Sing a song to the Lord, go on and lift your voice. La 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 la, and make a joyful noise. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, and make a joyful noise. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, and make a joyful noise. That's a happy one for a happy, beautiful day with the little plants outside, waiting for somebody to bring them home today. I hope you saw those outside. And so we welcome, as always, Reverend Evin. We love it when Reverend Evin comes to talk to us because, don't tell anybody, Rev Ev, but, you're one of our favorites. And we love it when he gets to come. And, again, we know him, we love him. He really doesn't need any introduction. So he's going to talk to us today about joy. And so we are joyful to have him with us this morning. So please welcome Reverend Evin Wilkins.
Thank you, Karen. As far as me being your favorite, don't worry. I'm a big advocate of what happens here stays here. So we won't take any of this outside these walls, except for the joy that we're going to bring today. We can take that outside these walls. So anyway, hello everybody. Again, thanks for the welcome, Reverend Evin Wilkins, and hope you all are arriving here today, whether you're online or actually sitting in the sanctuary. I hope you're all arriving here with joy in your hearts. And if you're not, I hope that we can instill some of that today and let you take some of that with you. Or really, what we say here at Unity, it's already in us. So awaken that joy that's already in you so you can take that with you today. So one of the things that has always brought me joy is to facilitate and participate in book studies. Now, one such study when I was the minister at Unity of Madison was the Book of Joy. and it was by His Holiness the Dalai Lama, Archbishop Desmond Tutu, and author Douglas Abrams. And it's such an amazing book to do a book study on and just to read in general. So if you get a chance, I highly recommend it. It's an excellent book. But one of the things that really caught my attention when going through different books to think about what we were going to study was that this book, it really captured two different paths. You know, the path of the Dalai Lama and the path of Desmond Tutu, and really talked about and discussed how these two paths work together with each other. These two different belief systems came together, but that's not what these two gentlemen saw. These two souls see the spirit in each other. They see and they feel the love and the interconnectedness that we all share, despite the journey or the path that we are called to walk during this life. And as you can imagine, the theme of the book is joy. You know, I don't think there's likely anybody here today that would say, no, Evan, let's not talk about joy. I personally could not stand to have any more joy in my life. If you feel that way, though, let's kind of start to shift that a little bit. But the good news is that there is no shortage of joy in the world today. You know, despite those appearances sometimes when it seems kind of elusive. You know, in fact, there is an overabundance of joy out there in the world. We just need to allow more of it into our lives. You know, we may not have time to do the entire study now, today. You know, we might be here a very long time this morning, and I don't want to dig into anybody's lunchtime to study the entire book. But I'm hoping that I can share some of that knowledge with you here today. And if you get a chance to read it again, like I said, this book provides an excellent book to share and to discuss with others, for it's through others in the ways that we grow the most, right? So I'm not going to go into a full-fledged history lesson here, but it's something you can study further if you're interested in the Dalai Lama. But he fled Tibet in 1959, and he fled due to communist suppression in his home country of China. He managed to cross the border into India, where he was granted political asylum. And Archbishop Desmond Tutu, he received the Nobel Peace Prize in 1984 for his role in opposition to apartheid in South Africa. So one of the main questions that is asked of the Dalai Lama is, why are you not morose? I mean, this guy has been in exile from his home country since 1959. Some of us leave our homes for a few days and we're already homesick. Can you imagine being gone that long and not being allowed back? Imagine being gone for that many years and unable to return. You think if there was someone feeling anything but joy, it would be the Dalai Lama, right? But lucky for us, not only had these two men managed to sustain their joy, they are sharing it with us. These two wise men are sharing their joy and the secrets to pulling that joy out of ourselves with us. So one of the first things that is addressed in the book that blocks our joy is being concerned with those things that are outside ourselves. And that can be a little difficult, especially if you're living in today's world, right? Everything seems to be outside of ourselves. Social media blasting us in the face 24/7, news, videos, TikTok, Facebook, all of those things. The Dalai Lama states the problem is that our world and our education remains focused exclusively on external materialistic values. We are not concerned enough with our inner values. He goes on to say, in order to develop our mind, we must look at a deeper level. Everyone seeks happiness, joyfulness, but from outside, from money, power, big car, big house, he says. Most people never pay attention to the ultimate source of a happy life, which is inside, not outside. Even the source of physical health is inside, not outside. So when I read those statements of his, I paused for a bit. Think about how often we strive to provide joy and happiness for ourselves by seeking those things outside of ourselves. We chase things. We chase these things thinking, once I obtain this or that, then I will be happy. Then I will be filled with joy. I've been there. I spent many years sitting within the walls of great corporate cubicles. I'm probably not alone there. Thinking that if only I could get this type of job or that type of job, then I would finally be happy. Or if I lived in this place or that place, then I would finally be happy. Or even if I managed to successfully master the next latest and greatest spiritual teaching, why, that would surely be the secret to happiness and joy, wouldn't it? But I think you already know the answer to that question, right? Your inner knowledge, your inner wisdom is already telling you the answer to that question. See, the Dalai Lama reminds us that we aren't even really seeking happiness at all. And before you come out of your seats, bear with me for a minute. We all think we are, but we're really not. Happiness, it's wonderful, it's great and all of that, but it's far too often based on what we do and don't have, what we do and don't want. In other words, happiness is fleeting based on those things. For what we truly seek isn't happiness, but joy. Because joy far surpasses happiness. Archbishop Tutu tells us that joy subsumes happiness. Joy is the far greater thing. Because you see, joy radiates from within ourselves. And it radiates despite any storm that may be churning in the world out there. It's not based on the same things that we so often base our happiness upon. Now, the book provides a list of feelings that are associated with joy, and it would take a full study to cover them all, but there are a couple that I do want to focus on today. So the first is on excitement. And by excitement with the book, he means in response to novelty or challenge. I know that I often, myself, have a tendency to run from those things that I find challenging in my life. Big surprise, I don't stand there and just let them come waft me in the face with excitement. I also tend to run from them, minister or not. I'll think to myself, oh my gosh, this is just too difficult. It's not fun. I'm not sure I can handle this. I'm not sure that I'm the right person to handle this today. Or sometimes I want to run from those challenges because they just seem too painful to face. Whatever it is, I find that I want to run from it, and I want to run as quickly as possible. Am I alone in that? Does anybody else ever feel that way? He mentions in the book, now, I don't know about you, but I have far too often felt anything but excitement when faced with these challenges. But see, the thing is that challenges wouldn't be called challenges if they were supposed to be easy or to feel easy. But let me ask, do you think those challenges might be just a little bit easier if we practice the art of release? And release happens to be one of the 12 powers that we study here at Unity. And as Unity states on its main website, release is the ability to let go. And it's often found in the abdominal region of the body or the solar plexus chakra if you study or are familiar with chakras. But have you ever found yourself in a situation where you just feel completely overwhelmed? Maybe it felt overwhelming because it felt like you had too much to do, without enough time to do it. Maybe you felt as if you didn't know how to get through it. But suddenly someone else steps up to the plate and offers to help you. This person comes to you and says, don't worry, I can help you. I can help take some of that load off. All you have to do is let me take it and to trust me. And in that moment, it was almost an instantaneous relief, wasn't it? You finally felt as if you didn't have to carry all of that burden on your own. You had somebody you could trust to help you, and the feeling was one of joy, knowing you didn't have to worry about all of those moving pieces on your own any longer. So maybe that's what the challenge is calling to you today, to practice the principle of to release, to practice that ability you have to let go, to know that you don't always have to be in control. You don't always have to be thinking one step ahead and where the pieces are going to fit. just to be able to release and let go. To realize that you may not know how it's going to end, but that's okay. Because however it does is going to be just fine. So I'm going to say an affirmation, and after I say it, I'm just going to ask for you to repeat it once again with me. So the affirmation is, I release anything and everything that no longer serves my unfolding good. I'll say it one more time, and then I'll ask you to repeat it with me. I release anything and everything that no longer serves my unfolding good. So let's now say it together. I release anything and everything that no longer serves my unfolding good. Let's just breathe that in for a minute and acknowledge how true that statement is. Because it is in that release where we can find pure joy. Now, another feeling of joy I'd like to address today in the book is exaltation, which they describe as having accomplished a difficult or daring task. Now, when I say daring task, I'm not talking about Evel Knievel, for those of you who remember Evel Knievel. You don't have to go grab the nearest motorcycle and jump from one canyon side to the other. Although it would be kind of cool if you do that. So if you do, just please let us know as a congregation beforehand so we can watch. That would be really cool. Record it on YouTube at least. I'd like to watch it. But we can find ourselves, I'm sorry, that was just kind of funny. I guess I cracked myself up. But we can sometimes find ourselves getting really caught up, again, in how difficult we think something is. But how often do we allow ourselves to get caught up in how well we handled a seemingly difficult task? I mean, likely, if we are, find that we have to handle a difficult task this week, it's not the first time we handled a difficult task, right? I feel too that we fail to give ourselves enough credit, or we allow ourselves to forget. Then the next difficult task appears, and we've completely forgotten that it wasn't the first difficult task that we made it through. We've likely all sat in a classroom taking a class that we found difficult, right? Or maybe we took a subject we didn't like. We likely got to the end of it and thought, "Ooh, I am so glad that class is over." Without maybe instead sometimes thinking, "Wow, I did it. I not only made it through that class, I also learned how to do, whatever it was. It wasn't easy, but I did it." And to reach over and to give yourself a pat on the back, or to give yourself a hug, to give yourself just a little bit of credit, to know that you did it and that you will do it again. So I'll refer back to our Unity 12 powers again. The power of strength, which is found in the lower part of the back. Unity defines strength as the ability to endure, to stay the course, to persevere. So how might the power of strength play into helping us see through those tasks in life that appear to be difficult? Unity says that strength is to be developed easily, not with tension and strain, but with a relaxed, trusting attitude. So I'm thinking we might just be onto something here. Think about what we just talked about a little while ago. Release, and how release can bring us joy. Don't you think the Dalai Lama had to release a little bit when he found himself in exile? I know I would have. He had to release to his higher power, to the universe, to know that he was going to be okay, to know that he was okay in that present moment, and that all was going to work out for his ultimate good. Then he had to really tap into the strength that he is to trust and to relax. Tension and strain wasn't going to get him anywhere, right? It wasn't going to help his situation. It wasn't going to suddenly make him appear back home in China in a land suddenly without communist rule. It was instead going to rob him of his joy. And it can with us too. So now I'm going to say an affirmation for strength, and I'm going to ask you again to repeat it, but I'll say it first. I have the strength to accomplish all that is mine to do. I have the strength to accomplish all that is mine to do. So I ask you to repeat that along with me. I have strength to accomplish all that is mine to do. And if you really want to put an I am twist on that, which is even more true, I am the strength to accomplish all that is mine to do. So today, thinking about joy, I want to invite you to really open yourself up to it. And as you do that, I invite you to step into your joy with a willingness and an expectation. An expectation of joy. An expectation and a willingness to really tap into that joy that's already in here. That joy that is already a part of you. That joy that you already are. Because it's there. It's waiting and it is in abundance. No matter how things may look on the outside, no matter how many storms appear to be churning outside or even within you, that joy is always there. It never leaves. No matter what's going outside of you, never takes that joy that you are away. It's in you and it's in abundance. You just have to want, you have to choose to take it. And I want to leave you with a quote from Archbishop Desmond Tutu. He says, "Do your little bit of good where you are, because it's those little bits of good put together that overwhelm the world." And that is so powerful and it's so true for each and every one of us. Do your little bit of good where you are. It's those little bits of good put together that overwhelm the world. So I ask now, we've talked about joy. Let's now get ready to move into our meditation. And I want you to keep the word joy in your mind as we enter into meditation. Keep the word joy in your mind and think about something as we go into this meditation, something in your life that brings you joy. Maybe it's not something that's happening in your life right now, but maybe it's something you desire, something you think about that brings you joy. And let's now just gently close our eyes. Just close our eyes and breathe for a moment. Just settle into a comfortable position. And as you settle in, just really allow your senses to open to the environment and sounds around you. Sensations of warmth and coolness where the air touches your skin. And just sensations where your body touches the chair or the floor that provides support for you. Just the gentle rise and release of your chest as your breath comes in and goes out. In and out. And just welcome the inherent aliveness of your entire body in this moment. Just bringing attention to your body as it breathes. Welcoming the sensations of breath as it comes in and out. With each out breath, just letting go into this moment. Just allowing yourself to feel peace and well-being throughout your mind and your body. And just turning your attention to your mind, notice any thoughts or emotions that are calling your attention in this moment. Asking yourself what may be inviting you to engage, to help you to be in harmony with yourself. Noticing and acknowledging those sensations that are present. And as you do, welcoming in those feelings of joy and happiness. What does that joy look like to you? What does it feel like to you? Allowing yourself to feel it in your heart, in your stomach. Radiating it and allowing it to touch every cell of your body. Allowing your entire body to radiate those feelings of joy. As you do, recalling that in your life that brings you joy, that helps evoke joy in your body, noticing where and how you experience that sense of joy. And I'm going to ask you to move into a moment of silence. And as you do, just welcoming that joy in your body and in your life. Just taking a moment to delight yourself in these simple feelings, the simple sensation that joy brings, these feelings of well-being. As you continue to allow yourself to move into this joyful feeling of meditation as we move into a moment of silence. And when it begins to feel right to do so, just open and close your eyes several times while welcoming in joy. Inviting your body to move and to kind of stretch a little bit, and all the while just allowing yourself to feel grounded, to feel secure, and to feel at ease. Feeling those feelings throughout your entire body and your entire mind. And just allowing yourself to feel grateful in this moment for taking the time to welcome in joy. And I invite you to just take with you today when you leave those thoughts of whatever it was you visualize that bring you joy. And to remember that you are joy. And to allow yourself to go back to these thoughts and feelings when it begins to feel too overwhelming or too stressful, knowing that joy is alive and well within you, and that joy is something that you are. Maybe even affirming to yourself in that moment, I am joy. And affirm it until you feel it, until you allow that of what you are permeate your world in that moment. Namaste.
In that sense and feeling of meditation, contemplation, oneness with God, with ourselves, let us continue this healing prayer. And say it with me. I am love. I am health. I am peace. I deserve to be loved. I deserve to be happy. I deserve to be healthy. I am a child of God. I deserve nothing less. Today I accept my healing of body, mind, and spirit. I forgive myself for the mistakes I made. I forgive all the people for whom I felt anger. I accept them because they could not be as I wanted. I release them and I free myself from the resentment forever. I cancel the past in the present to free my future. I deserve to enjoy the love of my loved ones. I stop judging myself and judging others forever. I now release all my pain, my mistakes, and my illness, so Spirit can transform it into health, love, and peace. I accept everything as it is now, and with patience to begin to finally heal. God, you are in me, and I am in you. By your divine power and your love within me, I decide to heal my body, my mind, and my soul. I open my heart to your pure love that surrounds me, and its radiant light revitalizing every cell of my body. Every negative thought becomes positive, recreating myself in a new life, full of love and joy. I will share this love with all, communicating everything I feel. I wish to heal with all my heart, and then to help others, thus fulfilling my mission of love and communication of love in this life. Thank you, universe, that already is. Now we move from prayer to our affirmation of prosperity. This is the time when those of us who feel Unity of Appleton is our spiritual home practice putting Spirit first in our financial life. This practice prospers the spiritual community we love and supports our own spiritual growth and prosperity. Please give whatever amount Spirit guides you to give. Whether it is in person or electronically, whatever that amount is, take that gift into your heart and bless it with your love. Feel free to bless the plate as it passes by. Let yourself feel grateful to God in you as your one source. Then please join in our affirmation of prosperity together. Unity of Appleton is alive with the energy of Spirit in the flow of divine abundance and radiant with unlimited possibilities. And our celebration of giving and receiving together, divine love in and through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I joyfully give and willingly receive. I give in love, and I trust God as my source.
Spirit is joy, oh holy joy. Spirit is joy, oh holy joy. Spirit is joy, oh holy Spirit is joy, oh holy joy. Spirit is joy, oh holy joy. Spirit is joy, oh holy joy. Let your light shine through.
I'm not sure what happened to the microphone, so I'll just try to go on.
You can stand over by there.
Oh, it is.
Okay.
So we bless these gifts because indeed we are spirit is joy. There's nothing more powerful than to affirm that. And these gifts are given out of our joy to the abundance of joy in the world. And so it is, all is good. Amen. And now announcements. And before I forget, I will remember you and Paige. And but ongoing book studies. As we know, there are 3 going on currently. Resilience is happening right after the service, every Sunday, 11:30 to 12:30. On Mondays, 6 to 7, right here in the back, is effortless mindfulness, as we come to affirm and know and experience, I am. And A Course in Miracles, 2 Course in Miracles Made Easy, 2 occasions, Fridays from 1 to 2:30, or now on Wednesdays, 7 to 8 on Zoom. And Men and Women's Mastermind this coming Saturday, May 11th, from 8:30 to 10. Everyone is welcome. All Unity women are invited to lunch, good company, in Appleton, Saturday, May 18th at 11 a.m. We will be celebrating March, April, and May birthdays. Please RSVP by May 8th to Unity at unityofappleton.org, or let Karen, Sophie know you are coming. Please join the Earth Care team for a tour of the Tri-County Recycling Center in Appleton, Tuesday, June 11th from 11:30 to 1. Sign up at the Connect and Serve table. Plant sale. Earth Care's annual plant sale fundraiser is today from 11 to 1. Find a plant friend to bring home and after the service. Thank you for your support of Unity of Appleton. And before we go in that, and I'll have Paige give an announcement too, I just wanted to acknowledge those who were serving Unity at the assembly. What's that again, Fred?
Wisconsin Grassroots Network.
Yeah, thank you. That served that at Lawrence yesterday, and for those that joined on Fox River cleanup also. I want to celebrate all of us that give our service and time in so many different ways. And now I'd ask Paige to also make some announcements.
Speaking of which, there will be pictures of both of those events in tomorrow's Community Connections, because it was just, it was a good day yesterday. And the other thing, before I forget, because I did not make a slide about it, Mary Lou, our Minister of Record, had the idea of having pictures of those folks who are, an integral part of making this place work, like Earth Care team, our Buildings and Grounds people, the leaders of the different teams, like the prayer team and I'm blanking on Karen's. Care team, thank you. I kept on thinking Earth Care. No, I already said that. Anyway, and so if it's possible for some of you folks who are part of those to just stay right after the service is over, and I can just take your pictures so I can get those pictures up on the wall. That's why those things are there, and they will get filled, and I haven't gotten around to it. So I would just like to be able to do that. And so again, just hang out afterwards, quick picture, and then you can go have some snackies and fun stuff downstairs. All right, thank you.
Okay, so let us stand for the prayer of protection, and we'll, great verve and energy and gusto, let us share this prayer. The light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us,
was a man.